call Christian Atkins.
May I proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Atkins.
Good morning.
Will you please state and spell your name for the record?
Christian Atkins, Christian, ADKINS.
All right, I'm going to ask you to talk a little bit slower just so that our court reporter can make sure he gets everything that you say, okay?
Okay.
And Christian, how old are you?
I'm 20.
And if I asked you to give a 2-sentence introduction of yourself, what would you tell us?
I don't really care about things.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
Right now I am a phone salesman.
Okay. And is that kind of your life plan, or what do you plan to do?
No, I do have a job in Virginia. I'm just waiting on a call back.
Okay. And so I know you stated you don't really care about things. Is it fair to say you have kind of a laid-back attitude?
Absolutely.
Okay. Where did you grow up, Christian?
I grew up in Angleton, Texas.
Okay. And where did you go to high school?
I went to a lot of different high schools. Family moved a lot.
Okay. At any point, did you go to Dickinson High School?
Yes.
When was it that you went to Dickinson?
Midway through junior year to senior year.
And while you were at Dickinson, or I guess date-wise, what years would that have been?
2022, midway to 2023.
Okay. And what year did you graduate?
2023.
When you moved to Dickinson, did you meet anybody by the name of either Tara King or Uriah?
Yes.
Which one?
Tara King first, and then Uriah later.
And did you know them as Tara and Uriah, or did they go by any other names?
No. They just kind of told me it was Tara. Didn't really talk that much. They kept it to themselves.
Okay. So you said you met Tara first, correct?
Yes.
When you very first met Tara, what was she like?
She was very quiet. She didn't really talk that much unless you talked to her first. Then she kind of opened up.
Okay. And when you first met her, did she usually hang out with groups of people, or how did she be around others?
When I first met her, it was around the JRTC room, so it was usually groups of people. I didn't usually interact with her first until someone else brought her up or said something about her.
Okay. Was she always friendly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And you said you later met Uriah, correct?
Yes.
And how did you meet Uriah?
I can't really remember, but I know it was in the hallway, walking, and they were together, and I had never seen them before, so I went up and said hi.
And when you say they, who do you mean?
Tara and Uriah.
Okay. And so you said they were together. What was kind of your first interaction or thoughts of Uriah?
Uriah seems like a normal high school teenager, just kind of edgy, but he seemed like a chill dude at the time.
Okay. Did that ever change?
Slowly.
Okay, tell us what you mean.
He seemed to be a bit more on edge, than anything. Slowly, like when I talked to Tara, I wasn't really just talking to Tara. It was more like I was talking to Uriah.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
He would answer for her when I would ever talk to her or anything. And, I started to seldom do that because I didn't really want to deal with it. I had my own problems going on.
And did you notice anything different about their interactions with other people?
No. After I kind of stopped just talking with them, I just kind of moved on my way. Kept my head down to the books.
Okay. And so you said it started kind of being he would answer for her. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. How often after that did you communicate with either Tara or Uriah?
Not often. Maybe like once every 3 or 4 months until, they asked for help on Instagram.
Okay. And did you predominantly talk on Instagram or via text or what?
Instagram.
Okay. And what was your Instagram handle?
Chris.Packer12.
And You said y'all talked every kind of few months, is that fair?
Yeah, maybe I sent a reel or two, but nothing really too strenuous.
Okay. Is it fair to say just kind of social media friends?
Basically.
Okay. After you graduated, had you seen Tara or Uriah until this kind of all came about?
No.
So I want to bring your attention to February of 2025. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. And was there a point that you came into contact with Tara and Uriah?
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened?
I was playing on my game, and I saw an Instagram post by her that night, and she was asking for a place to stay.
Okay.
I've known what it's like to be homeless, so I reached out. Hey, is everything okay? I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it basically said. And they told me that they were getting away from their abusive grandmother.
Okay. So, is offering someone a place to stay something unusual for you?
No, not at all.
Okay. And where was it that you lived at that point?
League City. I lived in the 3rd Street Apartments, apartment 106.
And how many bedrooms was your apartment?
2-bedroom.
And when you had people stay with you, kind of what did that look like?
It looked kind of a lot of things. Isabel Reyes, she used to stay with me before them and then after them as well. She would stay in the spare room. I would sleep in the other room. Or we'd sleep in the same room, or someone would be on the couch.
Okay. So you kind of just opened up your home to let people stay with you?
Yes.
Okay. And so when you saw that Tara and Uriah needed a place to stay, you offered?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, once you offered, did they ultimately come stay with you?
I'm sorry, what?
Did they ultimately come stay with you?
Yes.
Can you tell me about that? How did they get to you?
So I was at work, and they were asking if I could pick them up that night. I told them I had to get off work first. I was working at EMI at the time.
Where is EMI?
It's in Pearland.
Okay.
And someone dropped them off, and I went out there and got to them and put them on my truck and told them, I'm going to keep the windows down, but I got to get back to work.
What kind of vehicle did you drive at the time?
2015 Jeep Wrangler.
What color was it?
White.
Okay. Did it have any kind of unique features?
Yes, at the time, the handles and little, I want to say aesthetics were green.
Okay.
They're blue now.
Gotcha. And so you said you let them in your vehicle and then you went back to work.
Yes.
About what time did you get off that day?
Around 6 o'clock, 6:30.
Once you got off, what, or I guess let me back up. When you first made contact with them that day, how did they seem?
They seemed very, chill. They were just like, we're over it. We're just trying to get home or get somewhere we can rest.
And what all did Tara and Uriah have with them?
They had, I think, like 3 or 4 bags. They had a long bag, I assume with the rifles in it. And then their dog, Salem, or Lily James now.
And so you put them in your car. When you got back to them, were they still kind of the same when you got back to them after work, or had they been different at all?
They were a little twitchy, but I guess they were just restless because they'd been in the car for about 3 hours, 3-4 hours at that time. So I got it. Nothing really strange to me.
Okay. So a little twitchy, but you thought they were just restless.
Mm-hmm.
So once you got off, where did y'all go?
I think I grabbed them some food from McDonald's, and then we went home or to my place. I helped them unpack, showed them around the place, showed them where the room would be, gave them a couple blankets, and said good night. And then I went into my room.
Okay. Did you talk to either of them anymore that night?
Other than the occasional, like, hey, how are y'all doing? Are y'all okay? Y'all feeling good? You know, just trying to make sure they're comfortable. No, it wasn't until I was playing my game and my dog, I don't know what he did, but I had to give him a bath, and Uriah helped me with that.
Okay. And in the times that you're communicating with Uriah, what is he saying to you?
He's more concerned about just making sure not a lot of people come around. You know, he was telling me Tara was taking it pretty hard. She was having, pretty anxiety attacks, he would say, every now and then. I said, okay, I'll make sure, that it stays calm. I won't yell in my game because I'm no prone to do that. And they were just, I guess at this point they were starting to get a bit paranoid, but I just thought it was just jitters because of the story they told me about their abusive grandmother.
Okay. And so what had Uriah told you about the grandmother?
That she didn't approve of his and hers relationship, and that she was hating Tara, and that...
sorry, just to clarify, did you say hating or hitting?
Hitting.
Hitting, okay.
Tara, and they just needed to, you know, they didn't want to be there anymore.
Okay. And did he say that anything had happened to the grandma, or that they had just left?
They just left. They didn't tell me anything.
Okay. And a minute ago you stated that they had long bags with the rifles, is what you said.
Yes.
What all did they have with them that you saw?
They had an AR-15 chambered in 9mm. It was like a customized switch. They had a couple pistols. One was like a showman gun. Then they had some long other rifle. I can't remember what it was.
So is it fair to say that they had quite a few guns with them?
Yes,
okay.
Quite a few.
Did you think anything of that?
No, because I own guns, so I wasn't. It's Texas, you know. Everybody has a gun.
Okay. So it didn't really strike you as anything at that point?
Not at all.
Okay. You said that as time went on, it felt like they were starting to get more paranoid.
Yes.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Thursday is a good example. I went to work. I think it was around 3 o'clock. They were blowing up my phone saying cops were at the door or somebody was at the door looking for me, which I thought was weird because I'm like, I don't owe anybody money or anything. You know, the apartment manager, if they come by, they let me know. So it was kind of weird. And they kept blowing up my phone, and so I told my boss, like, hey, something happened at home. I really gotta get home. And so I got up early. And I go off, and they were telling me cops were like stacking down the line or whatever. I was like, what are you talking about? So I go over there, and it turns out it was absolutely nothing. There was no cops, nobody, and I asked neighbors, hey, did you see anything? Just to check, make sure. They were like, no. So I was pretty upset, because, you know, I only get so many hours a week, and I could barely make those hours as it goes. So I was upset because I lost some money, and that they called me for no reason.
Okay. Did you ever learn, did they tell you why they thought the cops were there, or did they make it up, or what did
they told me someone was banging on the door.
Okay. And did you ever get any confirmation that that ever happened?
I asked the next door neighbors. They said, no, we didn't hear anybody. So I was like, all right, they're just being paranoid.
And so Thursday, you said you came home early. What, if anything, did y'all do Thursday night?
Thursday night, they ordered some DoorDash. They had me go grab it for them because they said they didn't want to go out. I told them, fine. You know, I was just cleaning up the house as it is. And then I started playing my game, my boy Demi. And then they did it again, telling me someone was knocking at the door. And I thought it was strange because my dogs usually bark like crazy when someone knocks. And I had 2 pit bulls and a husky, so I would have heard something. So I left to go check again, and there was nobody at the door.
Okay. What were you thinking at this point?
Starting to think that they just needed to chill out. You know, maybe they needed to get out, you know, walk around, just, you know, cabin fever type stuff, you know, because my thought process at the time is since she's gone through this abusive relationship, she's just scared, you know, she has a lot of anxiety, and that can stack up over time. I used to have a lot of anxiety myself.
So is it fair to say you were giving them the benefit of the doubt?
Absolutely. I believe in the best in everybody until they prove me otherwise.
Did y'all go anywhere Thursday night?
Yes, we went to Walmart.
Okay. Why did y'all go to Walmart?
They said they had to grab a couple things. I had to grab some dog food and some food for myself. I think they grabbed some hair dye there.
Okay. Why do you think that?
They dyed their hair.
And so, did y'all go back to your house Thursday night?
Yes, we went to CVS real quick because I had to grab something else. They didn't have at the Walmart, neighborhood Walmart, and then we went back to my place.
Okay, and you said that they dyed their hair, correct?
Yes, they tried to.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that. What did you see?
I didn't really see much. They told me, hey, we're just going to dye hair. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I did my hair. I used to have a mohawk with multiple colors, so I know a bit about that. So I was like, okay, just use my bathroom, clean up your mess. I don't mind.
Okay, and What is the next thing that occurred?
I went to sleep. After a couple more games, I went to sleep with my dogs. Everything seemed kind of to mellow out. I was like, okay, they just needed to get outside real quick. And then I woke up, I go to work, do my whole routine, and...
I'm going to interrupt for a second, just for clarity. So now this is on Friday, correct?
Yes, this is on Friday.
And this would be Friday, February 7th?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I get up, do my whole routine, tell them, hey, I'm going to work, if you feel anything, just let me know. And I walk my dogs up, and I go out the door. It wasn't until like 11 o'clock in the morning that they start blowing up my phone again. And I told them, hey, just chill out. I can't get off work early. My boss, he's kind of upset already that I got off early. So, they need me here. So when I get done, I'll do what y'all need me to do. Then 3 o'clock hits, and they start blowing up my phone again. I tell them, like, hey, man, that's cool and all y'all need to get. I'm going to do it for y'all because, one, y'all paying me. So
you say you're going to do it for y'all. What are you going to do?
They were talking about taking them somewhere else, I think Wyoming or Idaho.
Okay.
And I told them I would, as long as they paid me, because gas is expensive. And at that point in time, I had to tell them, like, hey, I already told you I was going to do it. I need to finish the work because I have to take care of my responsibilities.
Sure. And when they said they were going to pay you, what were they going to pay you?
They were going to pay me in cash again.
Okay.
They offered their guns, but I didn't need them, and I said no.
Okay. So you said cash again. Had they already paid you in cash?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
They paid me about $400. They didn't have the $500. I said that's fine. That's more than enough.
And what was that for?
They just let them stay there.
Okay. So they paid you $400 cash to stay at your place, and then they were going to pay you again to drive them?
Yes.
Okay. And you said they also offered to pay you in guns.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So they offered to pay me in one of their pistols and whatnot. I already had a pistol and a shotgun, so I told them no. I don't need it, and plus, they don't really take anything that's free, especially firearms.
All right. And so this is about 3 o'clock on Friday, and you're telling them, I already said I'm going to take you. I got to handle my stuff first, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At this point, would you say they're still getting more paranoid or about the same?
I think they're extremely paranoid. I think it's certainly starting to ramp up. They sent me a picture of something and then unsent it. I don't know what it was, but it started having me think, like, what's going on?
So at this point, you said you're is this when you start to have some red flags?
Yes.
Okay. What time do you get off on Friday?
I got off around 6:30, 7 o'clock. It was a late Friday.
Okay. And what do you do once you get off?
I go to the convenience store, I grab some beer, grab a vape, and then I head back home. And then I get home and they're gone.
Okay. Is everything that they had gone, or is there anything still at your place?
But there's quite a bit left. They got some towels and clothes left, trash. They still had their hair in the sink, and dye stuff around the counters. It was a mess.
Okay. And did they leave anything else besides kind of the trash?
Yes, I checked some closets and they left a bag with firearms in it.
Okay. Do you recall how many?
2, I think.
Okay. And there was a bag in a closet?
Yes.
Okay. And at that point, do you reach out to them?
Yeah, I asked them, hey, what's going on? Where'd y'all go? They told me, hey, sorry, we had to leave, this and that. And I'm like, okay. Then I go outside and check if they left anything else. And I find their dog, Salem.
Okay.
And I reach out again, hey, you left your dog. They told me, oh, don't worry, we couldn't take him. Something about him running away from her or whatever. And that she'd be safe with me. I had 3 dogs. I was like, I can't take her.
So ultimately, what happened to Salem?
The neighbors, the Pattersons or whatever, Paxtons, I can't remember the name. They eventually took her in with her and her Bowser and whatnot. They were very kind, so I knew they'd be safe with her.
Is that why earlier you referred to Salem as also Lily James?
Yes.
Okay. So Salem was adopted by your neighbor?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
All right, Christian, I'm approaching you with what's been marked as states 35 through 61. Will you please look at these documents? Don't tell me what they are, but tell me if you recognize them.
Those are my...
Don't tell me what they are. Do you recognize them?
Oh, yes.
Okay. How do you recognize them?
What do you mean now?
So, do you recognize anything on here, or did you create this screenshot, or...
I made the screenshot.
Okay.
To send to Bernard.
Okay. And so is that the same for all of these documents?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And a second ago you said to send to Bernard. Who's Bernard?
Detective Bernard?
Okay. So these are all screenshots that you created?
Yes.
Have they been changed or altered in any way?
No.
Your
I don't know how to do that.
Your Honor, statement is to admit states 35 through 61, having previously tendered to opposing counsel.
No objection.
Hearing no objection, states 35 through 61 will be admitted.
And may I publish the jury verdict? All right. Christian, not necessarily what's being said, but what are we looking at here? What is this a picture of?
A conversation between me and I think I was talking to either Tara or Uriah.
Is it fair to say they kind of interchangeably would message you from the same account?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the name at the very top in the green?
That's my girlfriend.
Okay. And what does that green line mean?
That means I'm on a call on Instagram with her.
Okay, so while you're taking these screenshots, you were on a call with your girlfriend.
Yes, I was letting her know everything was happening.
Okay, and so that green line isn't a part of the conversation.
Not at all.
Okay. What is the next name that we see?
Eron, South Park, email.
And you said this is the account you would get messages from Tara and Uriah from.
Yes.
Okay. So what side of this conversation would be coming from your phone?
The purplish blue ones.
Okay, and what side of the conversation would be coming from Tara and Uriah?
The black and white.
And so, is it fair to say y'all had kind of a long conversation over the course of a few days?
Yes, absolutely.
And is that what's depicted in states 35 through 36? That I just showed you, all these pictures?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I want to move forward to Thursday. So on Thursday, are you able to tell us what time it is you'll start messaging on Thursday?
It says 1:27 p.m.
Okay, and where were you at 1:27 p.m. on Thursday?
At work.
Okay, and so go ahead and tell me what's the first message you get from them.
They were just asking what the address is for my place to get something delivered to them.
Okay, and then what's that next question?
They're asking if I got a vape from the corner store.
Is that what Nick means?
Yes.
Okay, is that short for?
Nicotine.
Okay, and so that to you was you getting them a vape?
Yes.
Okay. And ultimately, what did you tell them at this point?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You're fine. What did you tell them at this point? What's your last message?
Oh, I told them, like, you didn't give me money, so I didn't grab it. I grabbed one for me, but not for you.
Okay. And I see that conversation continues in states 41. Can you go ahead and kind of read that conversation for me?
We have money on Cash App. I can send you 25, however much it is. Where are you? I asked if they like Zelle because I didn't have Cash App at the time. Where are you at work? And I put some exclamations that would be like, I already told you this. What would happen if what would we do if the cops came? And then they asked my name, Chris, because I had to respond to them because I was at work.
Okay.
I told them I don't know. I'd probably just tell them that I don't consent to enter my house because it's mine, not theirs. Again, I didn't know they were on a run at this point. So basic civil laws, to my knowledge.
So ultimately, it sounds like you're saying you don't give anyone consent to come to your house.
Yes.
Okay. And we see that conversation continues on states 42. Will you keep reading for me?
Think you should come home, please. I say, why? What's wrong? Are the cops there? Like, what's going on? We don't know, but loud knocking. Like, a lot of knocking, I'm confused. Do y'all know if it's the police or not? Because it's not that I'm not coming home unless it's the police, because there's a reason. Then they said, we don't know. We're scared to find out. Percy said, it probably is. I told him, listen, I have work. I'll just sit tight until then. And y'all sure it's coming from my house? Y'all sure it's not the neighbors next door?
And go ahead and keep going for us in state 43.
They again proceed, yes, we are sure. Again, okay, just wait until I get home, work, and it's still continuing to knock. Yes, it's still continuing. Can y'all check if it's the police or not? Look through the people, please. Percy gave it's cops. Why? Okay, I'm coming home. I don't know, maybe someone heard us talking about guns or messing with them. Okay, I'm coming home.
And then go ahead and face 44.
They called me real quick, just to hear. I didn't hear anything, and then I just told them, keep me posted, I'm on my way. And then at the second one, they said more knocking, and I just said, okay.
And in states 45, what's that?
More knocking, okay. Hey,
Sorry,
listen.
I'm going to represent right before that. What's the audio call?
It's still the same. That's when they called me real quick. I was asking them if I could hear anything because I didn't really want to leave work for nothing. I couldn't hear anything, but also they were in the spare room I gave them, so I was like, okay.
And what time on Thursday was that?
2:59 p.m. or 2:58 to 2:59.
Okay. And then go ahead and continue.
More knocking, okay. Please try to hurry as quick as you can. I said, hey, listen, I know your boyfriend has his things and stuff for owning all the guns and whatnot. They told me they had permits and whatnot for it.
No, pause real quick. Two things. One, we're talking a little fast again, if we can slow it down. And two, so what did Uriah tell you about the guns?
He told me he had permits for them, license to carry and whatnot. I said, okay, cool. This is what that explained here.
Okay, so he told you he had permits and a license to carry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and continue.
He said, hey, listen, I know your boyfriend has his things and stuff, like owning for all the guns. If they try to search the place and all the guns are his, okay, and I'm driving as quickly as I lawfully can, because I was not going to speed. I already have plenty of speeding tickets.
And then what did it say next?
They just said, thank you, footsteps at the the front door, I'm panicking, where are you?
And then 46, is this about the time that you get home?
Yes, I told them I'll be home in 10 minutes. Where are you now? I'm home. Thank God. We're going outside. What's going on outside? They're here still. Are you inside? Can we set up the PS4?
I'm going to pause you real quick. It looks like that's later. So after you get home, where are Uriah and Tara?
They're in the room.
In the spare room?
Yes.
Okay. And how do they seem when you get home?
They seem very, I want to say distraught, that's not really the right word for it, but they seem very panicked.
And then Thursday night, what we see in the bottom of 46, 47, and 48, is that kind of just continuing as usual in that DoorDash pickup that we talked about? So
Yes.
Here's in 49.
Yes.
Okay. And you said everything was kind of normal again until Friday, correct?
Yes.
And so when you took these screenshots, what day was it that you took these screenshots?
That Saturday,
Okay.
I called it.
So Saturday, what would yesterday been?
Friday.
Okay. So in these screenshots where it says yesterday, that would be Friday, February 7th.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to start at the bottom because you said they contacted you sometime after lunch on Friday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and tell me, starting at that yesterday, that second portion, what time was that?
8:29 a.m.
Okay. And so that's in the morning.
Yes.
And then what's the next thing that occurs?
Are you at work already? I leave for work at 6:30, so yes. Oh, okay.
And will you make sure you're talking to the microphone?
Oh, okay.
And then what's that next timestamp?
1:56 p.m.
Okay.
Percy says, hurry if you can. I said, if I can, I will.
Okay.
Then it's,
We continue in 6:54.
okay, is there any way you can get here quicker? I will ask my boss, but they need me right now. I will try. Okay, I'm going to leave right now. something pretty important. I will try, but I'm also using up a lot of PTO for the drive. I will try, okay? I know y'all are going through it right now, but I'm doing my best.
And you talk about the drive. What drive are you talking about?
The drive that I take them to either to Idaho or Wyoming.
Okay. And go ahead, what's the next thing that they take you?
I just told them, they asked me to check my cameras. They had cameras in the living room.
State 55.
They said, check fast, please. We heard the door rattling. And then they said, okay, we're okay. And then they kept replying to themselves, what did you see? Police sirens. It's okay, no one's there. And the dogs are rattling the door. Because my dogs do go up the door and try to knock the lock off to try to get into the living room.
Okay. And so, is this what you're talking about on Friday when you said they were starting to get paranoid again?
Yes.
And does it continue to escalate from here?
Yes. Then this is what they say. Come home, please, please. I can't. It's still way too busy for me to leave. I'm sorry. It's okay. Hurry as fast as you possibly can. We're back in. There's a fuck ton of cops at my actual house. This is where I'm starting to get a lot of red flags right now.
Okay.
Chris, begging, please. They send out pictures of missing person stuff. Chris, now please come home. Please, we'll do anything. We'll give you $1,000. And so,
Go ahead, what were you saying?
at this point, I'm just kind of like, I started to get annoyed at the point. I said, okay, I promise I'll get you over there.
Okay.
They said, thank you. Are you able to go at 4:30? Please say this. No, but sure for 5.
Okay, go ahead, keep going.
Russ, as fast as you can when you get off, let us know as soon as you're on the way. Yo, Chris. Yes, Chris, where are you? Holy shit, bro. I'm still at work. It's busy, okay? I'm leaving now, though. Like, I get it, y'all. Stearns are... I was just angry typing.
Okay.
So that's kind of gibberish right there, but stop begging. And stop being so fucking paranoid. Excuse my language.
And so, is this when you're saying you're kind of got angry
Yeah.
about it?
I was over it.
Okay. And then we see states 58 later that day. What kind of happening here?
I told them, at this point in time, I told them, you're more than welcome to stay for another 300. I don't mind, but I'm tired to drive right now. I had got off way later than I thought I was, and I was extremely exhausted. And then when I came home, and then this is where we're already pretty far out. I'm sorry, please find me a place for Salem. I hate we had to leave her, but I couldn't just chase after her and make sure she's safe if you have her. I told them, sure.
Okay. And at this point, had you seen anything on this is Friday night? Have you seen anything on social media at this point?
No, I kind of got back on my game. Me and Debbie played a couple matches. I drank and then went to sleep.
Okay. And so we see what time is the next messages between you and Tara and Uriah?
This was me trying to get them to respond after in the previous morning I called Detective Bernard or the police and they came over.
So, and that was on Saturday, you said?
Yes, Saturday.
So what made you contact the police?
I was checking the weather and I had the news article popped up on Google. In the local news and whatnot, and I saw their faces.
Anything on the news said, okay, but you saw their faces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so you contacted the police.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened after you contacted the police?
They told me to wait like 15, 20 minutes. They're just sending people
Stop
out.
real quick. Make sure not to tell me what anybody else says, okay? Like any officers or anyone else.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
tell me what Uriah says, but not what anyone else says.
Okay.
Okay. So you made contact with the police. What were they going to do?
What do you mean?
Were they going to come to your house?
Yes.
Okay. And did the police come to your house?
Yes, they did.
Okay. And you said you were trying to make contact with Tara and Uriah that morning, correct?
Yes.
And did you make contact with them that morning?
No.
Okay. And we see kind of at the bottom that it looks like you start sending them some pictures. Is that correct? And go back. Right here at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay. And are those the pictures we see in states 59?
Yes.
Okay, and where is that?
That is on my bed.
And where did you locate that?
What do you mean, like where I found it?
Yes.
I found it in their room.
Is that in that same closet you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Is that what we're also looking at in state 60?
Yes.
And the same as state 61?
Yes.
Okay, so all of these firearms were in the closet in their room.
Yes.
You said that the police came to your house. What did the police do at your house?
They searched the place. I gave consent, and they took everything they could take for evidence and whatnot.
Okay. And you stated you also gave those screenshots to Detective Bernard, correct?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
So you stated you gave consent, correct?
Yes.
I'm showing you what's been marked as state 62 and 63. Without telling us what it is, do you recognize these two documents?
Yes, I did.
How do you recognize them?
They're documents I signed when he searched the house.
Okay, so do you observe your signature on these documents?
Yes, I did.
And have they been altered in any way?
No.
Your Honor, statements to admit state 62 and 63 and bring to opposing counsel.
No objection.
62 and 63 will be admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I publish?
Yes.
All right, Christian, what we see here in state 62, what is this?
I guess a document stating that I gave consent to search my house.
Is this on your house or your phone?
I think this is, it says electronic device, cell phone. This is my electronic device.
Okay, and then can you read us what we say on this line right here? In the writing.
Taking photos of messages, photos of, can't really read the second part, not leaving custody of phone.
Okay, and is that why we have screenshots from the phone?
Yes.
Okay. And then in state 63, is this the consent to the house you were talking about?
Yes. At first it was just my house, but then later it was my car as well.
Okay. And so you were fine with them coming in to take whatever they needed for their investigation?
Absolutely.
And so once you contacted the police, did you cooperate with them fully and tell them everything that you've told us here today?
Yes.
Okay. And you provided them with all the documentation that you've also given us here today?
Yes.
Okay. After you made contact with the police and they searched your home, did you have any further contact with Tara or Uriah?
No. At one point I tried to, but to no avail.
Okay, so you'd reach out to them again, but still no answers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your Honor, I'll pass this witness.
I'm ready to, thank you. Sir, my name is Bill Agnew, and I represent Uriah. You're sitting here to my right. Did you have any knowledge of the relationship between Tara and her grandmother, who is Tammy King?
Other than what they told me, no.
Okay, but what they indicated to you was that it was an abusive relationship. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you have any reason to not believe that?
No.
Okay. Now, how well did you indicated that you used to have a better relationship with Tara than you did sort of towards the end. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever talk about things like that, involving your families or anything, when you had a better relationship with her?
No.
Okay. So that just never came up then?
No, not at all.
Okay. Were the guns all taken into custody by the sheriff's department as well? I assume that they were.
I wouldn't really know. They didn't really tell me anything about that.
But they didn't leave them at your apartment, did they?
Yes.
They did leave the guns that they left at your apartment?
You talking about the detectives?
Yes.
Oh, no, they took those.
Okay, that's what I was getting at.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any idea who got them?
What do you mean?
Who picked up Uriah and Tara?
No.
Okay. You had no idea where they were going?
Nope.
Okay. I'll pass witness.
Nothing from the witness.
Thank you, sir. You may step down. I'll next witness.
The state called Terry Utton, Your Honor.
Judge.
Yes. Oh, we have a bathroom break. All right.
All rise for the jury.
Thank you.
That was a long time.
Thank you.
Court stands in recess for a short break.